Hi Muay Thai students. In this video, we're going to be covering our level 1 Muay Thai curriculum. I'm going to be linking to this video a couple of other videos we made previously that cover the footwork and some of the basic defense and a couple of the basic strikes. So in this video, I'm going to be covering the hook, the round kick, the combinations that need to be mastered for this level, and then some of the basic clinch techniques. So first we're going to cover the lead hook. So what you want to do is start in your Muay Thai stance. Make sure that front foot is pointing straight ahead or slightly out to the side. Back foot is about 45 degrees, feet are about shoulder width apart, and then your guard is up. You want that lead hand out in front more, back hand up by the cheek. So when we do that hook punch, you'll see the hook done a couple of different ways. So one way is more of a boxing hook where you turn the knuckles this direction and come across. Okay, and the other way is more of the Muay Thai hook where your palm is facing down toward the ground. Either technique is acceptable here. So when you do that hook, the important thing to remember is don't drop this hand way down, opening up your face, and then throw the hook. You want to keep it nice and tight, turn just a little bit to that side, and then bring that elbow and shoulder up and come across. When you throw the hook, you're using your hip to really drive that power forward. So it should look something like this with your body turning. Make sure when you do your hook shot, you're not just swinging your arm where you have no power. So again, that elbow and that shoulder are gonna lift and my hip is gonna go simultaneously with that hook. My backhand is gonna stay up always to protect my face. Next is our Muay Thai round kick. So for level 1, we do both the leg shots and to the body. So for the leg, you're going to be kicking a little bit lower, aiming toward the outside of your partner's lead thigh. So what we're going to do to throw that kick is bring that knee up. We take a little bit of a jab step generally with that lead foot first. Bring that knee up, rotate the hip over, and as you turn that hip, you're going to make sure your backhand is staying up. Your top hand or the hand on the same side as the kick is going to swing down to help open up that hip a little bit more. So you bring that knee up and throw that kick, okay? And then when you're practicing it, you can practice either stopping, you can throw the kick, stop and come back, or you can practice throwing the kick all the way through, okay? As long as you're not running into anything. How it looks on the bag, so you can see it from that angle. Again, I'm gonna take a little angled step here just to set up the angle of my kick. I'm gonna bring that knee up, make sure this hand is up, drop the top hand, and then I'm turning that hip and that knee over, making sure both my hip and my knee are pointing the direction my kick is going. So our first combo for level 1 is going to be that jab low kick. So we're going to use that jab to set up our low kick to the leg. So we throw that lead hand straight out, make sure you're keeping that back hand up to protect the face. And then right after that, you're going to follow it up with that low kick to the leg, okay? On the bag, it looks like this, jab, take that little step, low kick, and back. Our second combo is going to be our jab, cross, and then rear body kick. So we're going up a little higher on this kick now, hitting the body at the ribs. We're using that jab cross to hide the kick that's coming. So when I throw that cross, my hip is starting to turn forward already, and then that kick comes right away. Okay, so one more time, jab cross, body kick. On the bag, it looks like this, jab cross, body kick. Okay, jab cross, step, body kick. Combo 3 is just our jab cross hook, and it's really important to make sure that you're bringing your hands back to your face after every punch. So I jab, my back hand is protecting my face. As I cross, my lead hand comes back. As I go to throw that hook now, my rear hand comes back to make sure my face is protected, okay? You're also making sure that you're shifting your weight appropriately so you get maximum power in your strikes. So I jab, as I cross, my weight's coming forward on that lead leg, okay? And then I shift that weight into that hook punch and then right back to my guard. Our last combo is really a multi-step combo. What we're doing is we're using our lead leg check to defend the low kick, and then we're returning with different strikes. So our first one is to bring that knee up, check that kick, set down, and go straight for the kick off the rear leg. That can be done to the leg or the body, either one. Okay, our second one, we do the same check. This time as we set that foot down, we're gonna throw the cross punch. So bring that lead leg up to check, set down, cross punch right away. Okay, and then the third one is the check, followed by the cross, and then followed up by the hook. So one more time, first one is lead leg check, set down, rear kick. Second one is check, set down, cross. Last one, check, set down, cross, hook. Last, we're gonna go over some basic clinch techniques. So these are some things that you can do at home, especially if you don't have a partner. I'm gonna use the Bob bag to sort of help me demonstrate. We are gonna go over this in class as well with partners, so you'll get a little bit more live practice with it. But if you're training at home solo, this is something you can do. So when you're in the clinch, generally you wanna have your hips square. You want your hips tucked a little bit underneath you, knees bent. And then what you're gonna do for that grip, the first one, is you're gonna have one hand behind the head, other hand on top of that hand. Okay, and one thing that you want to make sure you're doing when you're in the clinch is not grabbing behind the neck or the shoulders, because the other person is really strong to resist there. So I actually want to grab here where that part of the head sort of curves, and that makes it harder for him to resist. He's a lot weaker with those muscles. Then what I want to do is make sure my elbows are in. Okay, if my elbows are out, there's a lot of space for him to get his hands through, so I'm going to keep my elbows in nice and tight, just like that, my chin tucked down into the side. So one of the drills that you can do if you're training at home without a partner is getting that grip. You're gonna have to use your imagination a little bit and pretend you have someone in front of you. So one hand over the other, elbows in, and then what you can practice doing to off balance is take a step with one foot. It doesn't matter which foot, we're gonna go both sides. Take a step, and then you're gonna circle and pull your weight around to that other hip, okay? And then reset. And then you do the same thing on the other side. Take a little step first, pull and circle to this side, okay? And again, a little step, pull, and circle to that side. The last one you can practice in the air is the swimming drill. So what you're gonna do with this one is practice more of a neutral grip. So you have one hand behind the person's head, the other hand is going to be on the elbow. Okay, I'll turn sideways so you can kind of see this way. So again, use your imagination if you don't have somebody to do this on. Okay, what I'm gonna do is leave this hand here as I take this hand that's on the elbow, swim it to the inside of the person's arm. You want to make sure you leave this hand here until you get that other hand around so you have that control, and then you drop the other hand down like it's on top of somebody's elbow. And then same thing, you're going to swim up and under, grab, drop. Swim up and under, grab, drop. I'll show it again from this side here. So I'm here swimming with this bottom hand, get the grip, drop the opposite hand. Okay, swim under, get the grip, drop the opposite hand. So again, when you're training at home and you don't have someone in front of you, you're gonna have to use your imagination a little, but doing these drills even in the air is gonna help to build that muscle memory so that it's easier for you when you're practicing in class.